our second topic is going to be about Venom's 2 release date, which is moving up. This comes from us. Oh, I should share this probably so you guys can see it. This is coming from the Deadline. I don't know why I said it like that. It's Deadline. And they say, Venom Let There Be Carnage heads to the first weekend of October after Super Shang-Chi Labor Day stretch. Shang-Chi almost made $100 million in 4 days. Very impressive numbers for the box office there. Yeah, let me see. I was just seeing if I can make this bigger. Okay, here we go. So that's really good for Shang-Chi. And it's also very good for things like Venom. It was the worst kept secret in Hollywood that Sony was bound to vacate the Venom Let There Be Carnage October 15th release date, but after the enormous 90 million Labor Day weekend success of Disney/Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings, the Culver City lot had decided to go earlier than their own Marvel sequel on October 1st. Venom Let There Be Carnage will screen in 3D PLF and take over all the IMAX screens. Tickets go on sale today, Wednesday. This returns Venom to its early October stomping ground. The first movie, 2018, set an opening domestic record for the month with 80.2 million before Warner Brothers' Joker pushed the Marvel pick to number 2 for October a year later with 96.2 million. I've heard that tracking of Mon Bales is really hot for Venom 2, and Sony has every reason in the world to keep it in 2021 versus push today. The Andy Serkis directed pick to January of 2022, which was the rumor. Had Venom 2 remained on October 15th, it would have had a fierce franchise fight with Universal, Blumhouse, Miramax's Halloween Kills, that movie's first pick back in 2018, which posted the second best domestic debut in October at the time after Venom's 76.2 million. Halloween now ranking third overall among domestic openings at the October box office. Venom made 850 million worldwide. Overall, this does not come as a surprise to me. We knew that the movie theater industry as a whole was resting on what Shang-Chi did. We knew that studios were very much looking at Shang-Chi and how it performed at the box office. And this conversation is going to divulge into many different places. So obviously, Sony looked at it and they're like, yeah, we got fierce competition. In October, I believe Dune comes out. I believe a James Bond movie comes out, right? I'm not sure about that. And then obviously the other movies they mentioned, Halloween Kills, lots of pictures they're competing with in October. So I think them going at the end of September, early October, right around where their original release date was supposed to be. I believe it was the week before. So this makes total sense. They just want to ride the hot tails. They're a Marvel movie. And it makes more sense to me because that way you could do a Marvel movie every month until February, right? I know Morbius and Venom aren't part of the MCU, but they could be at some point. It's been teased. So you got we had Shang-Chi in September. We'll have Venom in early October. We'll have Eternals in early November. Spider-Man No Way Home in mid-December. And then we'll have Morbius in January. So 5 movies, 5 months. It makes sense for them to do that. It would have been that way with October 15th, but it would have been so close to Eternals, so close to other big releases that I think Venom would have had a hard time making money. Again, Venom, it's not going to have as big as a marketing push as Shang-Chi. I don't expect it to make anywhere near what Shang-Chi made. Tom Hardy will be a pull. He's a big name actor. People overall enjoying the first one, not loving it, enjoying. I know the critics gave it a bad score. I just recently rewatched it. It's not great. I give it like a 6 or like 5.5, or 6 or 6.5, 7. I don't love it. I love the Venom and Eddie stuff, but like Riot's okay, Carlton's okay. So like this movie needs to be big. You got Woody Harrelson too as Carnage. Pretty good trailers, I think. And I think maybe even at the end of Venom, we'll talk about this later down the line before the movie comes out. Possibly a tease at a Spider-Man. in the third movie. Tom Hardy's very committed to this role. He loves it. He wants to play it. I think we'll see him play it in the MCU at some point. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited. I'm glad it got moved up. October was a jam-packed month for movies, so them going early October. And I don't know where this movie's gonna, how much it's gonna make. We're gonna have to wait and see on that. But and again, to go back to the Shang-Chi thing, I was gonna say this conversation is gonna divulge into many different things. Shang-Chi had a major impact on the movie industry. It saved the movie industry from going to streaming even sooner. People are like, okay, people still want to go to the movies. Shang-Chi on its Monday made more than the Avengers and the Dark Knight Rises did on a Monday. I know it was a Monday off for most Americans at least, but still, it's impressive. I don't care what you say. It's Shang-Chi compared to Batman and the Avengers. So, very impressive for that movie. And it's done a lot. Move Venom up, save Spider-Man probably, unless this gets any worse. Now, it could get worse. Venom could flop and we could change, but a lot depended on this movie, and this movie over succeeded. I know I said it would make 50 million. I said it would make less than the Incredible Hulk. I wasn't hating on it too much. I was very hopeful it would make this much, and it did. You know, I went start opening Friday. I did my part. I contributed. And I'm happy everyone contributed so we could get movies like Venom earlier, get Spider-Man on time, get Eternals on time. It also gives Scarlett Johansson a better legal argument, especially if Shang-Chi, the way it's tracking, if it has less than a 50% drop on second weekend, it's going to make more than Black Widow, I think. And she'll have an argument that streaming services screwed up the revenue she could have made. There was an article the other day about Bob Chapek screwing it up. Chapek's been screwing a lot of things up at Disney, but that's besides the point. We were talking about Venom. Shang-Chi had a major impact on the movie industry as a whole, and Shang-Chi was monumental. It won't be talked about 5 or 6 years down the line, but for the next year or so, it's pretty monumental to how movies, at least to the end of the year, will go. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to a leak that came out last by One Take News. This was a rumor that Doctor Strange Supreme from What If will make an appearance in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, an alter version of the Sanctum Sanctorum for the evil variant of Strange was rumored to be built on set. Scooper Daniel RPK also revealed that Doctor Strange Supreme will make an appearance in this movie. Okay, so, pretty reliable guys here. One Take News had some pictures from the Hawkeye set. I know that's not relevant. And Daniel RPK is the best. All right, so let's speculate a little bit on this and what it could mean. So I think it's going to be a minor role for Evil Strange. And I think it's almost going to be a test for MCU's Doctor Strange. See how powerful he is. I think Doctor Strange is going to have to fight a lot of people in this movie. It seems that Wanda's the villain. We'll have the multiverse Illuminati that has been talked about. And this is very impactful if Supreme Strange is in the movie. An evil Doctor Strange. That would make a lot of sense. We're dealing with the multiverse. It was rumored for a while that Joaquin Phoenix would play an alternate version of Doctor Strange. I'd love to see Joaquin Phoenix play this evil variant of Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is already jam-packed with characters, with Captain Carter, Loki. Loki was basically confirmed in the Hollywood Reporter. Captain Carter, I'm pretty safe on. Professor X, Wanda, everything is not even focusing on Doctor Strange. It's very much going to be like Civil War. I know Cap is still at the front and center, but so is Tony. And in this movie, I feel like Strange is going to be front and center, kind of dealing with all the craziness. And I think a really good fight for him, besides Wanda versus Strange, would also be him self versus his evil variant self. I could see very early on in the movie him fighting the evil variant of himself before he fights Wanda. Wanda's wreaking havoc. He's got to go find Wanda, but the multiverse is breaking and tons of evil people are coming in. And one of them that he has to fight more specifically, we can kind of touch on, uh, who other characters are fighting. Because I very much see Spider-Man No Way Home as like Infinity War, setting us up for the craziness of what the end game is, which is Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We could see other crazy fights, quick snippets of it with multiversal characters like maybe Hydra Cap, maybe evil Tony Stark played by Tom Cruise. Wouldn't that be nuts? I know. And then I'd love to see Sorcerer Supreme Strange versus our Doctor Strange in the MCU. I think that would be a absolutely fantastic fight. And I think it would make a lot of sense. You know, chaos happened around. Strange needs to find out what's happening. He maybe gets it from evil variant Strange. Uh, evil variant Strange whoops up on him a little bit, but he comes out on top. Maybe some from advice from the ancient one. I think it should kind of mirror what happens in What If. Um, but instead have the normal Doctor Strange win instead. And again, it's really cool that we're bringing in characters from What If into a movie like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I could see him being in Loki. I could see him even, this movie slept on Ant-Man Quantumania. Uh, you've made these characters of What If. The multiverse opened. What If is your chance to explore all that? Why not bring the characters in from animation to live action? We've done it in Star Wars. We've done it with Ahsoka. We're going to do it probably soon with Captain Rex. We know Sabine is coming into live action in the Star Wars side of things. So why not bring in these characters? It just makes a lot of sense to me, especially since a lot of these actors are still around. Obviously, Captain Carter, the great Haley Atwell. For Doctor Strange, you could use Joaquin Phoenix, or you can just use Benedict Cumberbatch. It wouldn't matter, but I'd like to see Joaquin Phoenix. I think that'd be really cool. So overall, kind of to summarize my thoughts on this, it's just like, yeah, I think it'd be a fantastic and interesting fight. I think it should happen earlier in the movie to kind of set the groundwork of what's happening. Like the final fight, I think is going to be between Strange and Wanda, and I don't think Strange is winning that fight. I think Wanda's probably going to come out on top in this movie. And I would love to see like Strange have multiple tests throughout this movie, and this be one of his tests. So I think that Doctor Strange update is really fascinating, and we're gonna get to that movie's like prequel, I guess you could say, Spider-Man: No Way Home. And today, sorry, I have to drink water. I'm getting parched here, real quick. I'm not used to doing this much talking. Next up, we got this is possible spoilers. So if you're watching this on replay, scroll away right now. I'm dealing with some Spider-Man No Way Home leaks. This is a legit video from on set. So if you don't want to know anything, well, I kind of alluded to who it is, but scroll away. Okay, if you've scrolled away, it's Andrew Garfield on the set of Spider-Man No Way Home. And let me get this up on my screen to share with you guys. There's no audio, so I'm not going to share it. So here it is. Wow, excuse me. Here it is. Here it is right here. Okay, he says something like, so what if I'm not? Or but what if I'm not? And it seems like he's talking to another Spider-Man. And it looks like Tom Holland's because it has the gold thing. If you can see where my cursor is right about, you can't see where my cursor is, but just on the left of the screen, you can kind of see like what I'm alluding to. It's like Tom's new suit. And this looks very real because we saw a set photo that looked exactly like this. And this looks like Andrew Garfield now. It doesn't look like Andrew Garfield from 7 years ago. So this. Oh, sorry. I should have pulled what the replies were. Um, some people were talking about what is he saying, and this person says, "So what if I'm not?" The conversation, Toby, we can't go out there. The Spider Man, and this is so fake. No, look at it. It's real. Yeah, it's real. I think it's real. That one's not real. Um, you can see there's a more pull behind him. I don't think a deep fake AI could continue a line of a pull. That's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't think this is a deep fake. And this is the tweet I'm talking about. Doesn't that make sense? Lights shining on the shoot could be yellow. Suit? I said shoot. Suit? No, I don't think so, because that's where it would go. Maybe. Let me look at this again. Let's watch this video again, because now I'm curious. I don't think that's Toby. It might be a light. Yeah, I think it's a light. Because it uh, I'm not sure. Wow, that's tough. That's tough. Wow, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which Spider-Man that is. But anyways, to get back into what I was thinking about this, and I think it could mean it means Andrew was definitely in this movie. Why wouldn't Andrew be in this movie if we get an Electro, Lizard, Rhino, everyone, Sandman, Green Goblin, Doc Ock? I'm obviously more interested in Toby, but like Andrew's really cool himself. I think his movies are a little underwhelming. Um, but there's a lot of potential, and I hope we got to get an Amazing Spider-Man 3, and I hope they actually chill in the MCU. Like I hope after this they're in Doctor Strange too, and maybe yeah, just chill there for a little bit. So this is a massive leak, obviously, that he is. It has a scene with the Spider-Man, and it was rumored from I think it was One Take News, who we talked about earlier, had the Doctor Strange thing. Um, he was talking about how the money shot of the second trailer, as of right now, this is in planning stages. We don't have a date for the second trailer. If I had to put a date on it, I would have said Venom 2 if it was in October, on October 15th. Now I think it's more likely Eternals, probably a month and a half before the film. For the official trailer, we only had a teaser that was 3 minutes long. I think the money shot, the end shot, be Andrew, Toby, Tom, all faced all around in a circle. I would love it if it was the meme where the Spider-Mans point at each other. It probably won't be. That would be really funny and a good way to end the trailer. But yeah, and Sony was deleted pictures that people had of that. There was pictures of the two Spider-Man on set together, and they've been doing reshoots for like a month or so ago. Um, and they're doing a lot of reshoots for Doctor Strange, probably hiding some things, doing the crazier stuff in reshoots. So I think it makes a lot of sense that Andrew's in this movie, of course, but like I just can't believe this was taken. Who got this? How? Like, and it's really good. It looks a lot. I keep watching it over and over. It looks a lot like what Andrew would look like now. It does look like an older Andrew. Uh, I don't know what could be happening in this scene. Like maybe he doesn't know if he's Spider-Man. Like he fell through. He's got the spider suit on, but it's like, do my powers work or something like that? Or what's happening? Like just answering like expository stuff, I guess, like questions we have as an audience. Uh, but I think these two should be like a mentor of Tom. And I know these two are going to overshadow Tom, but I don't find that to be upsetting. It's Spider-Man. It's not Tom. It's not called Tom Holland, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, No Way Home. It's called Spider-Man, No Way Home. And I feel like this would be an appropriate conclusion for all three. Why not conclude their high school? Well, it'd be kind of weird to say Tobey Maguire still in high school or Andrew Garfield. Would be a nice way to conclude their stories because it is rumored they want to do a college trilogy with Tom and they want to do an adult trilogy. So 9 movies in total, a 9-movie saga basically with Tom Holland. So like it'd be a nice way to kind of wrap up Andrew and Toby's college and adulthood. You can kind of give us what's been going on with them and what's been going on with Tom. I love the theory that Andrew or Toby could be like the Uncle Ben to Tom in this universe. But I feel like more people are focused on Toby than they are Andrew. I feel like Andrew is just impactful in this story. Where does he play? He's the middle guy. He's the odd guy out. So it's like, what more of the story are we going to get with him? Are we going to get another Amazing Spider-Man? I'd love if they wrapped it up with his own movie. I know Alex differs than me on this. I'm more excited to see the Spider-Man than he is. He's a little worried that they're going to overshadow. I know they're going to overshadow, but I don't care because I love those characters that much. Alex didn't grow up with those movies like I did. So I understand it, but at the same time, I think Marvel Studios knows not to, they're going to overshadow. They're going to have their moment, but still at the heart and center, it'll be about Tom fixing it just with the help of other Spider-Man. Just like Boba Fett kind of overshadowed Mando in that episode of The Mandalorian, but still at the heart and center, didn't lost his ship, didn't lost his kid. So I think it could be very much on those same lines.